True, true. Anybody else?
I think it's about inner strength, and to then that will actually help in all the other things which talks about being honest, or being having integrity and all that. So that's my thought.
The primary thing that I mean, everybody's opinion is right, and there are no wrong opinions or wrong understanding from this. But the one thing that I really very strongly felt here is, strength that we are asking to forgive. माफ करने की जो शक्ति हम मांगते हैं, that is very important. So that's the topic for today, forgiveness. And the assignment for you, your homework for today would be to write down 21 times. After this session, we will not do the writing right now because that will take a bit of time and we are late in the session. So you have to write down what is your relationship goal, about within your family, with your spouse, or with your parents, with your children, whichever stage of life you are in, and with everybody else around. What kind of relationships you want, because relationships is very important, is one of the important pillar along with finance and health. Relationship is a very, very important pillar, and if relationships are not good, then everything else can get affected very adversely. This is a known fact. This is my experience also personally. So that's what you have to write down. What is your relationship goal for 21 times in a very short sentence? Write 21 times as a assignment, as a homework after this session, and you can put it on your WhatsApp group as done, or if you are okay with putting screenshot of the picture, that's also good enough. So I will share screen again, and I'll go ahead. We will be having a short session which will be it will be a PowerPoint presentation, which will be just a few slides, and then I'll take you through a process of forgiveness and what forgiveness, how to do the forgiveness. Let me share the PowerPoint and take it on from there. Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Go back to the first slide, please. Can you go back to the first slide, please?
This is the first slide.
Some affirmations, no?
This is the first slide. I'll come to that later on. Let me know once you can see my screen.
Not visible, sir. Probably have.
Yeah. Let it open up. I think it's. Yeah. Is it okay now? Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the topic for today is forgiveness. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. Forgiveness is a decision. People tell me always it's impossible to forgive, guys. It is difficult, not just difficult, it is impossible to forgive. But yes, what is asked from you is not to really try to forgive also, but take a decision. And we are going to go based on this decision for today's session. And forgiveness, a small definition of forgiveness is, it is defined as an individual, voluntary, internal process of letting go of feelings and thoughts of resentment, bitterness, anger, and the need for revenge and retribution towards someone who we believe has wronged us, including ourselves. That's very important. to understand that it is a decision. It is a letting go process, and no matter how many times, things may change or, have a difference of opinion, the spirit of forgiveness and good relationship should be there for peace in our family. Our families are places of forgiveness. There are no perfect families. We have no one is perfect here. We always have complaints, but for a good relationship, forgiveness is very essential. It is vital for our emotional health and spiritual survival. Without forgiveness, the family becomes an area of conflict and a stronghold of hurt. Not only family, any other relationship. Forgiveness is very important for our cleansing, our soul, mind, body, heart, everything. Whoever does not forgive does not have peace in the soul or communion with God. Hurt is a poison that intoxicates and kills. Keeping heartache in the heart is a self-destructive gesture. It's very important. When you don't forgive, actually you're hurting and harming yourself rather than the other people. And those who do not forgive are physically, emotionally, and spiritually ill. That is why the family must be a place of life, not of death. Forgiveness brings joy where sorrow has produced sadness. These are important things that you need to take in account. A few salient reasons why you should forgive. It sets you free. And as we talk of Independence Day and freedom today, if you really want to be free, if you really want freedom, you need to forgive. And as people always would say, yes, you need to take a decision to forgive, because every time the answer I get from people is, boss, I cannot forgive. People have hurt me so badly. They have hurt my family members. If they had hurt me, it was okay. They have hurt my child. They have hurt my spouse, my parents. I just don't want to forgive. I want to kill them. But you are harming yourself by withholding that, and it is blocking, is creating obstacles in the blessings that you are going to receive in any area of life, whether it is physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, relationship-wise, or finances. The blockages come in your life, obstacles come in your life. You are preventing blessings to come for yourself if you don't forgive. So it helps you to move forward in your life, because you get stuck in one place if you don't forgive. It heals your body, mind, and soul. It removes anger, malice from your heart. You are not giving anyone else authority over your mind and heart. You have peace. You have the power to forgive. Forgiveness is the best revenge. The Bible tells us that when you pray, bless, and forgive and love people unconditionally, that is the greatest revenge. But that amounts to heap burning coals upon the other person's head. So it's actually a great revenge, and it's one of life's greatest teachers. It helps us to release the victim mentality, that I am a victim of circumstances and people's negativities. These are some profound benefits of forgiveness. The negative effect and depressive symptoms are removed. If you feel you are depressed, if you feel you are a lot of negativity in your life, if you feel things are just not going right in your life, pessimism is there, it will be reduced when you take a decision to forgive. Positive thinking, yeah, definitely that is. Relationships are restored. That's important. Anxiety is reduced. Spiritually, you get strengthened. Your self-esteem is increased. You receive greater hope and greater capacity for conflict management, which is part of our life. We are facing, conflicts in our life with people and with circumstances. You get a greater capacity to cope with stress and find relief. These are some affirmations which I make every day. I forgive unconditionally. That's very important. I forgive unconditionally. There have to be no conditions. So, tumne ye kiya, do this, then I forgive. If you don't do it, I don't forgive. No. I love unconditionally. I bless unconditionally. I pray unconditionally. I do good unconditionally. I release all the hurts. I am set free, a peaceful soul. These help because consciously you are telling yourself, and the habit forming comes into you, that you are taking a decision to forgive. So that's very important. As we go ahead from here, I I will stop share now. Let us come to our main. Yeah, we will go through a few minutes of run through in forgiveness in our lives, each one of us. Your decision today has to be, I decide to forgive unconditionally. If you are willing to partake in this exercise, please type in the chat box, I decide to forgive unconditionally, or I forgive, I decide to forgive, whichever. The longer you write, the better it is. I decide to forgive unconditionally. That's what you have to type in the chat box. Please do that, because that will be very, very important. It's a hand-eye brain coordination. I decide to forgive. Yeah. I release all hurts. I decide to forgive unconditionally. I decide to forgive unconditionally. All of you have to write it. I have done sessions where with 100 people and all 100 have written it. And that is the power of the mass, euphoria that happens. When you all decide, there is a mighty power that takes place, and that power helps you to set free yourself and really get the strength and power to forgive unconditionally. And once you set free, you forgive unconditionally, you will be totally set free, and you will see blessings coming into your life from all areas. Thank you. Thank you so much. 9. We need more, guys. We need more people. More people. Write down. Everybody put that. I decide to forgive unconditionally. I decide to forgive unconditionally. That's what you need to write, definitely. All of you have to write that. It will make a huge difference. It will be a decision that you take which will change your life forever from today. Believe that. I'm taking a minute on this because that's important before we proceed. The decision is very important if you need to take full advantage of this session. I decide, and I'm putting it myself, I decide to forgive unconditionally. At every step, things are happening where your patience and your forgiveness, your, emotions are being tested. You know what happened? I'll tell you a very, very beautiful thing that happened this morning. As we were past 7 o'clock and Gauri madam and you guys were going on and on, मैं बोला कब खत्म करेंगे, session चालू करना है, and it's going to get on, and impatience, and that leads to negativity, and I don't know if anybody noticed that, my thing was on mute and I was just folding my hands and praying. I decide to forgive unconditionally. Give me patience, Lord. Give me patience. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a fruit of the Spirit of God. Give me that patience, because I am getting impatient now. I'm getting perturbed right now. I forgive everybody who's raising their hand and asking questions. This could have gone on earlier. I forgive Gauri madam. I forgive all the people who are speaking, all the people who are taking it on and on. I forgive, because that negativity has to go, guys. Otherwise, you are blocking your life yourself. Itna negativity bhar jata, and it's just happening. It's just happening, and I was doing that consciously. I was doing it, and it blessed me. It helped me. It brought back joy to me. I was literally getting a headache, because sometimes these emotions really hit you. The powers of darkness, the powers of, evil, they start getting you. Because you have come here to talk on forgiveness and you yourself are receiving that. You should not be able to give this forgiveness lesson to anybody or take them through the process. That is how the powers of darkness, act towards you. But this is very, very important. Today, all of you guys are going to get set free. All the people who have put it over here that I decide to forgive unconditionally are going to receive the power from the universe, God, whomsoever you believe and worship in, the power that creates. You will receive the strength to forgive, the grace to forgive, the gift of forgiveness, and it will set you free, not anybody else. Not the person who is in the next block, not any of your family members, but it will set you free, number one, and that's the decision you have to take. What I want you to do now is close your eyes, sit straight with your back, and we will be doing a short meditation. I will take you back. Sit straight with your back straight, head slightly held high, and Hands in a Dhyan Mudra position. If you can, put it on your thighs. Just put it with your thumb and index finger. Put it on your thighs. Be comfortable. Close your eyes. Remove your specs. And move on from there. Remove your specs. Remove your specs. Go slowly into a deep meditative state where we will actually go to the place where you are in your life and start forgiving from all the times that are there. So let us start. Take a deep breath. As you release, relax yourself. Your whole body is relaxed. Take another deep breath. Your mind is relaxed. Take another deep breath. You're going into deep relaxation. Every cell, every pore, every part of your being is relaxed right now. Deep relax. Relax. Deep relax. As we relax, we go deeper and deeper. We are going deeper and deeper. We are going deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. And we are going below even the surface of the earth a little bit. We are going deep. And we see a time machine over there. And we are opening this time machine door. And we are all entering into this time machine. We are all entering into this time machine. Each one of you has a time machine of his own, and each one of you is entering into your own time machine. And this time machine is taking you back. Time machine is taking you back. Keep your eyes closed always. Keep yourself muted. Keep yourself eyes closed and keep yourself muted. This time machine is taking you back. This time machine takes you now, at this moment, to the moment where you were conceived in your mother's womb. When you were conceived in your mother's womb, this time machine is taking you there, and you are seeing yourself. You are seeing yourself. You are seeing yourself. You don't know what the circumstances are at that moment in time. What has been the cause of your conception? Was it love? Was it lust? Was it an unwanted pregnancy? That did have an effect on your subconscious mind. Rejection, unwantedness from your parents. What was the situation at that point in time? You don't know. But those negativities have affected you. You take a call today. You take a decision today that I forgive all the forces that may have been around, including my parents, especially, who are the cause of my conception. I decide to forgive them unconditionally. I decide to forgive them unconditionally. And we move on from there in this time machine, and we come to the time when you were actually born, the day of your delivery. And as you were born and you came out into this world, what was the reaction of people? Did your parents look at you and think, oh my God, why is this a boy? We were all hoping for a girl to come in our family. I wanted a daughter. Why is this boy come here? I didn't want a boy. Or somebody thought, why is this a girl? Yeah, these girls are liabilities. Girls are a pain. I wanted a boy to continue my tradition, line of tradition and line of generations. I want a boy who will carry my name. Girls are always a liability. Girls are a pain. Especially in our country, these emotions are very, very normal for girl child. What did the parents think? What did the grandparents think from either side? Ladka kyun hua? Ladki kyun hui? Did anybody remark on your color, dark or fair? What about your features? Did they say the features are good, not good? What was the reaction of all the people who came to see you at the time you were born? So many negative things that came in. It hurt your subconscious mind. Definitely, it hurt your inner self, that I'm being rejected. My color is being remarked upon. My basic gender is being remarked upon. So what if I'm a girl child? I've come here to mother a child also. I've come here to be a wife, a mother, a sister to somebody, a daughter to somebody. I care so much for the whole world, and as a girl child, I am being rejected. People are making remarks about me and my appearance and my gender. Whatever anybody may have done or thought or said which hurt my subconscious mind, I decide to forgive unconditionally. Move back into the time machine and go ahead to the years of our infancy from 0 to 4 years. And all the things that were happening at that time with the family members, with the fellow cousins and brothers and sisters, whether we were in joint families or nuclear families, with our siblings, with the neighboring children. Was I being compared? Was I being compared unnecessarily because of any negative traits or even any very, very positive traits that were there? I was a super brilliant child and I was always being told, oh, you are so smart, oh, you're so fantastic, you're this, you're that. And it was building up my ego. It was actually, building up my ego, and I was getting pride in me that I'm better than anyone else. And that also got embedded in my subconscious mind. Or the negative things what people said about me. They compared me with brothers and sisters, cousins, neighbors, neighboring children for my various, faults that I had or deficiencies that I had. I was being compared, and it has hurt me. I still remember some of those hurts. I will still remember what happened to me at that time, though not consciously, but subconsciously. That's all there hurting me right now and affecting my life. I decide to forgive all these people unconditionally, wash each and everything totally and completely white as snow, and I move forward this time machine, and I go into the years from the age of 4 to the age of 12. When I joined school, classes, tuitions, I had teachers, I had fellow students, I had my parents to come back home to. I was facing a lot of criticism in the school. Teachers were criticizing me because I was unable to cope up with certain things. Fellow students were remarking about me. So many things negative, whatever the prevalent circumstances were there with my life, with my parents' life, with the status of our family, or my looks, or my progress in studies, or how I behaved with people. People had negative emotions towards me. They ganged up against me. They unfriended me. They kept me aloof. I felt so lonely. The teachers were criticizing me, they were scolding me, they were angry with me. So I had not done anything wrong just because somebody said something to them. And I came home and I wanted to tell my parents, but my parents are not willing to listen to me. They said, teacher has told you, you do that. We don't have time for all that. When you go to school, you handle yourself there. We don't want to listen. You must have done some masti. You must have done some prank over there. That is why the teacher is this thing. Why the teacher is calling me to school. You must have done something really seriously wrong. And I was so hurt. I had not done anything wrong. I was so innocent in my life. I was going to school. Somebody touched me. There was bad touch from the people who were traveling with me, the bus drivers, the bus conductors, the watchmen in the building, my elder cousins, my uncles, my aunts. People tried to touch me in a wrong way, and I sensed a negativity. I felt so dirty. I felt abhorring these people. I hated them. wanted to tell my parents about it, but I did not have the courage. And I did try to tell them, they just shooed me off. They just brushed me aside. Don't talk like this. Nobody is doing this kind of things. We are a good family. Everybody is very decent here. But no, mama, no, daddy. Somebody is touching me. I'm not feeling good about it. They are touching me in the wrong areas. They are talking wrong things to me. I'm not happy about it. All this thing went and embedded itself in my subconscious mind. My mind was totally hurt. I was so rejected. I take a decision today to forgive all these people unconditionally. And I set myself free, and I set them also free with this. I love them unconditionally. I bless them unconditionally. I pray for their welfare wherever they are today. I don't even know. But may they be blessed. May they be healed in all the areas of their life. I cleanse my whole life from conception to the age of 12 now. And I move ahead into my growth areas, the growth age, where from 13 to 19, my teenage, my adolescence, my early years, my body changes. The times when my body was changing, I was getting a mustache, I was getting sensations in my body, feelings in my body, attraction towards the opposite sex, and it was feeling so nice, but at the same time, I was feeling guilty about it. The times I got my first periods as a woman, I didn't know whom to approach. When I approached my parents, they also did not answer me properly what is happening to me. My teachers made fun of me. The school children, other students made fun of me because of my condition, because of my mood, because of my physical problems that I had, because my dress probably got dirty. They made fun of me, and it hurt me so badly. When I came home, my parents did not understand what I was going through. They did not try to explain. They did not try to give me that comfort, that love, that caring that I would get over these negative things. Nobody understood me. Nobody ever talked to me about this. I started getting attracted to the opposite sex, to boys and girls, and I was feeling so nice. But people were sometimes rejecting me. They thought I was not looking good. They thought I am too smart or too shy or too negative in my ways. Somehow I was being unloved. Somehow I was being rejected. Some people tried to take advantage of me. People did take advantage because I was very nice and kind to them. They took advantage of me physically. They hurt my emotions. And then they rejected me. They rejected me. I was prone to looking for love. I was looking for compassion. I was looking for somebody to care for me. And I found it in this kind of stage of life where I was actually getting hurt by people. It was infatuation. It was really not love. It was a fallback because of the rejection that I received from home and my own family members. These years really affected my studies. I could not do well in my examinations, my 10th standard, my 12th standard, my college timings, getting into professional college. I wanted to do so much, but it was affecting me. My mind was distracted. I decided to forgive all these people unconditionally, and I care and love them. I take a decision today to forgive. As I move on in my life from the age of 20 to 25, when I was entering into my college, professional qualification, and graduating into taking up my first employment, I was getting into the stage where I was into a good, strong relationship. And I was contemplating matrimony, marriage to a person. I did get married also. There were rejections again. There were hurts. A marriage which was planned was broken. I got into a physical relationship unknowingly before marriage. I underwent abortion. I forgive myself for that, and I forgive anybody else who made me do that. Or as a male person, I have forced somebody or insisted on having an abortion, or taken advantage of a girl, or or a girl took advantage of me as a boy, hurt my emotions, left me for somebody more moneyed, somebody more, good looking. I did not get admission in the right colleges despite my percentage being very good. My parents could not afford the money, the capitation fees. I felt so neglected. I felt so dejected. I could have done much more. I didn't get that right campus selection, a good job, which other boys and girls were getting. I was not getting that. From every area, I was getting hurt from various quarters. It was hurting me very badly. My mind was totally negative. I had anger, hatred in my heart. But today, I take a stand and I decide to forgive unconditionally. And I wash every area of this stage of my life where there was so much anger, so much hatred, so much negativity within me and against me. I cleanse everything and I ask peace to come upon me and upon all these people, and as I forgive them unconditionally. As we move on in the time machine from the age between 26 and 40, where I was growing in my career, I was growing on in my marriage, and I was getting children. Children were growing up. My spouse was growing with me, my husband, my wife. My career was not going so well. My colleagues were going against me. They were giving stories against me. My bosses were not happy with me. I was trying to do my best, but there was favoritism. And when I came home, my own spouse did not understand what was going on in my life. Why I was so withdrawn, why I was so sad. Everybody just did not understand me and what was going on in my mind. My own spouse felt that I was being very harsh, very negative, unsuccessful. Why you can't be successful like the other person? Why you are so dumb? Why you are always the victim? Nobody was understanding what exactly was going on with me. I found my spouse losing attention in me. He or she was being drawn to other people, my friends, my cousins, other people of opposite sex. I sensed there was betrayal in my marriage, betrayal in the relationship, lack of trust, lack of attention, anger and impatience at every stage. My parents didn't understand me. They also thought why I'm unable to, manage my own relationships or my job properly. Nobody would listen to me when I went to talk to them. Nobody would listen to me. Everywhere in my profession, in my family, there was so much of negativity that I felt very depressed. I couldn't take off. I couldn't move. I wanted to grow. I wanted to really grow in my relationship and my profession. But I really was curbed because of all these negativities. I take a decision today to forgive all these people unconditionally. Because of this, my growing children also sometimes have had negativity against me. They also spoke badly to me, disrespected me, and I felt again hurt. I forgive them also unconditionally. I forgive my spouse unconditionally. I forgive my colleagues, my employers, my bosses, my business associates unconditionally. For all the people who hurt me in my business or in my job, I forgive all of them unconditionally. As I move on from the age of 40 to 60, where I was supposed to be having a great professional growth and come to the top of my profession. But because of the politics, because of the favoritisms, I did not get the right progress, the right promotions, the right bonuses. I always felt very, very bad. My children who are grown up now really thought of me as a failure and they made mockery of me. My spouse made mockery of me. I was changing in my life. Life was changing. I was suddenly getting mood swings. As a woman, I was getting my premenopausal and menopausal symptoms of withdrawals. of mood swings, of depressions, of anger, of sudden tantrums, sudden impatience. Nobody understood me. As a male, I was going through my decline in certain areas of my life. Even in my sexual life, I was having a decline and I was being castigated by my life partner. बूढ़ा हो गया है, अभी कुछ नहीं बचा आप में, बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते थे, मुझे बहुत बुरा लगता था. I felt very bad. I was changing as a man, as a woman. I was changing. My life was changing. I was growing in the years. Effect of age was coming upon me. But my spouse did not understand. My life partner didn't understand. My children didn't understand me. Parents didn't understand me. My employers didn't understand me. My colleagues, my friends, they rejected me. They dejected me. I was too honest. I wanted to be very honest, very straightforward. But I felt that it was not being appreciated at all. Children were really disrespecting me, back answering me, and even cursing me at times. My spouse was in a wrong relationship. He or she was in an adulterous relationship. And our life was totally ruined at that time. Our own family life was almost zero. But I know there is hope. And I know that as I forgive, and I decide to forgive unconditionally for whatever happened, there will be restoration. There will be renewal in my life. My life will come back to perfectly normal ways in relationships, in love, joy, peace, harmony in my life. I know there is restoration today as I cleanse my subconscious mind of all these negativities and I remove the blockages and all the bondages and all the obstacles. By taking a decision to forgive unconditionally, I am set free and I set everybody free and I break the bondages of all obstacles and all negativities in my life. I'm a free bird right now. I fly high and I'm successful. I am going to be a millionaire in all areas of my life, in finances, in my health, in my relationships. I am going out and flying like a free bird out of the cage of unforgiveness and negativities and hatreds and all the negative experiences. All the things that happen in my life, financially also, or emotionally, or health-wise, or relationship-wise, I wash everything clean, white as snow, totally and completely, and I'm a new creation now. I'm a new creation. I am blessed. I am renewed. I am restored. I am healed totally and completely, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I am healed. I am in perfect health right now in every area of my life because I have removed that one major block and obstacle of forgiveness, which I could not do earlier. Today, as I take this decision, my God, the universe, whomsoever is my creator, whom I worship, helps me. The energy of the universe, the energy of the creator, the energy of God helps me today to forgive by giving me this grace of forgiveness. And I take it on from here and set myself free. Set myself free. Set myself free. I decide to forgive unconditionally, unconditionally, unconditionally. As we come back, I will count from 1 to 5. Slowly rub your hands and then put it on your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Set free. Picturize yourself as a white dove flying in the sky, free from the cages of unforgiveness. Flying high beautifully. You are a white bird, white dove. A white dove who's flying up beautifully, lovely, 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 set free. The wings are flapping. Lovely, lovely, you're set free. Everything is working in your favor now. The whole creation is working in your favor because you have removed all the obstacles. You love everyone. Everyone loves you. Everyone works in your favor. You care for everyone. You forgive everyone. Everyone forgives you. You are set free, flying like a bird, a white dove, a white bird in the sky. Beautiful feeling. 3, 2, 1. Rub your hands, rub your hands, rub your hands, rub your hands. and place them on your eyes. Place them on your eyes. And open your eyes slowly, slowly. Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. You are set free. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you.
Can't hear you.
Any questions? Any clarifications? Anything you want to know? Anyone has any clarification, any question? Go ahead.
I think one question that I would say is, while I have learned this thing of forgiveness and gratitude the hard way over the last decade or so, but at the same time, don't you think sometimes that release of perhaps that revenge, or when I say release, when you actually go through that motion of revenge or that anger or whatever it is, isn't that also good sometimes?
The anger is a natural emotion, but do not let your anger escalate into sin. Your anger should not end up hurting people. Momentary anger is a natural emotion which comes to us, but the anger should not lead you to sin. Sin is hurting somebody, whether they are right or wrong, harming somebody, being vengeful against somebody, irrespective of what they have done. Now, the question sometimes people ask me is, they have hurt me so badly, how do I forgive them? I cannot. I agree with you. It is not only difficult, it is impossible to forgive. That is why we are taking a decision and we are allowing the divine grace to come and help us to forgive. That grace you will receive from the supernatural realm, from the creator, from the universe, from your God, and you will be able to forgive. It's not something that you can do. It is a grace that you will receive, so you will be able to do it. And once you do it, you will really gain a lot of peace, joy, happiness that you cannot understand. The peace that surpasses all understanding will be yours. And that is the power of the creation. You are called to love unconditionally. If there are conditions applied, terms and conditions applied, then it doesn't work. Then that love is more selfish. So yes, it is difficult to understand. Sometimes you feel you want to take revenge, you want to kill the other person, hurt the other person, but it's actually harming yourself. You're not harming the other person. You are blocking your own blessings. You're blocking your own progress in every area of life. Your, health gets affected by it adversely. Your finances get affected adversely. Your relationships get affected adversely. So everything you are harming yourself. So the decision that you need to take is, let me forgive unconditionally. I take a decision. Now I cannot do it, but help me. That will change your life totally and completely, with whomsoever it is, the biggest of your enemies. I can today, with a lot of conviction, tell you that I don't have a single person who is my enemy. Not that people have not hurt me or are not hurting me even today. But I take a decision. I forgive unconditionally. Jo bhi hoga. And I'm a peaceful soul today. Why do I claim that I'm the happiest man in the world? For the last so many years. Initially, it started just as a declaration and affirmation. And then the habit came and then the transformation happened in me. And I can today very proudly say, I'm the happiest man in the world. And I take this session basically to ensure that all of you guys become also the happiest people in the world along with me. Let's have more and let's spread more. That's the purpose. And forgiveness is one of the keys. It is one of the major blocks. If you forgive, you will be flying like a dove that I picturized, and I visualized for you. You will be really flying. Try kariye. Koshish kijiye, you will be able to do it. 100%. I have no doubt. I could do it. I was doing it in the morning, when that impatience was coming. I was forgiving. For whatever reason. अरे ये क्यों बोल रहा है? अरे वो क्यों बोल रहा है? छोटी-छोटी चीजें शुरू होती हैं. उसको अगर, if you don't nip it in the bud, then it really starts affecting you. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, to add on to that thing, so for example, I agree with you that in the corporate life also, because of doing that, abundance of money I have got, right? But somewhere things like, growth has not come because people think, "Hey, he's a very chilled out guy, ऐसा कुछ है नहीं इसका वैसा वैसा." So do you think somewhere that aggression in corporate or business life is also required? And if we do all this, people think ये तो ज़्यादा सन्यासी है rather than somebody who is a corporate guy or something of that sort. ऐसा नहीं है कि we are dumb in corporate. It is just that while we are very intelligent and connect the dots in the corporate, but somewhere people feel that the typical operations mindset of get it done, whatever means this that. Though I have seen the long term benefits of not following that, but again, how do we balance that?
See, achieving something in a manner which is not truly acceptable to your own self, to your own mind, and to your own things, to your own conscience, then you will not be a happy soul, even if you get the best of promotion, then be on top. I have been into the corporate and to the senior positions. There were a lot of hurdles in my promotions, lot of obstacles put in by people because I was too straightforward, too honest, and forgiving and caring and loving. I never tried to hurt anybody. Despite that, people did go against me. My juniors got promoted. They got better bonuses than me. Those things happened to me also. But I went on with the firm conviction that no, I have to do what I have to do. In principle, I will not change. And believe me, I have received that joy of life and success is there. Success is something which is you need to measure yourself. Is a big corporate position, a big salary, a big financial growth alone going to give you success or happiness? That success going to give you happiness? Do you really call it a success? Because if you are not happy in other areas of life, only financial or positional success will not really make you joyful. So it is a total and complete package, and that your relationships have to be mended. If the relationships are not mended, you will have, you will be diverted even in your financial growth. That's for sure. I mean, that you will feel it from within. I mean, if you experience. But don't worry, you don't have to worry about what other people are doing. Do what is right within your conscience. If you feel you are right, just do it. It will come. Like I said yesterday, money and growth is an outcome. It's an outcome of your inner success and joy that you have. Milega wo. What do you need to be a joyful, peaceful soul rather than be a top corporate bigwig somewhere? And who's the Khokla? How many people of that kind of success stories have committed suicide and jumped off buildings or hanged themselves? You know how many have done it. When you go back and think, you think, "Arey, inke paas to sab kuch tha yaar. Why the hell they have to kill themselves? Why did they commit suicide? Why did they, neglect their own health? Because they were not internally happy. They were hatred somewhere." Forgiveness will set a lot of things free, right? Rather, I would say 90+% of your problems will be solved if you can truly do this exercise every day of forgiving unconditionally. I forgive unconditionally. I forgive unconditionally. It will help you a lot. Anybody else? Anything? True independence.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Sir, I have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nazim here. So just wanted to add to the question which was asked, I think, by Mr. Sukumar. I believe in living, said, forget and forgive, and just remember the lesson learned. That's the one thing which I want to share. Another thing I want to ask is to you, as you said that you also experience in the corporate life that your juniors are getting promotions and better bonuses and that. So apart from this forgiveness, what else did you do that helped you overcome that situation? Apart from this forgiveness?
Apart from this forgiveness, I kept doing my work honestly to myself, because when I work for the as a respect to the creator who has given me my food, clothing and shelter. So I did my work very diligently. I was very honest in my work, so that I made sure I did it despite the negativities that happened. So besides forgiveness, I was doing my duties properly. I did not waver from that. I got success maybe a little late as per what the worldly people may think or what people may have thought, but I did get it. Maybe not to that extent. Maybe I didn't earn that kind of money which some of my other colleagues did earn in millions and crores, but the methodology that they were using was against my principles. I'm no one to judge them, but that was against my principles of what I have learned in my life from my gurus and from my teachers and from my inner conscience. My conscience would not permit me to do certain things, so I left it at that. I said, "ठीक है, नहीं मिलेगा ठीक." The other very important thing I did was I maintained a very, very, very powerful work-life balance. I was very clear that I will not work beyond certain timings or before certain timings. My time for spiritual life, my time for my family, my time for myself, and my time for my work was very clear. It was demarcated, and I kept a very strict watch on that. I would not, my work never suffered. There were never any complaints, but I was very clear that I will not sit in office beyond certain hours because to impress somebody or for my promotion. No, I didn't do that. 6 o'clock was office closing. I will leave office 6 o'clock. And I was told at time that your time management is not good. I answered them that time management, do you mean that I sit after 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock and mollycoddle you and sit and have a cup of tea, or while you are smoking, stand there and be a passive smoker? No, you may be sitting there in office, but I won't do it. You want to promote me, promote me. Don't want to promote, don't promote. But this is what my opinion is on time management. So I was very clear, firm about that. I went on, it benefited me. I was a happier soul. And today I'm still happy. I did very well. There is no problem. Like I said, I have a lot of abundance. So there is nothing wrong.
So, sir, okay. Thank you, sir. I understand that you are like no nonsense and very straightforward. Just a last thing. So after in long run, did they realize, these people realize who were doing the favoritism and everything and who were judging you? Did they realize that they lost a precious gem person like you? Means who was very clear and straightforward?
Nothing by it is immaterial. Somewhere, even if people realize, sometimes they don't have the courage to tell you also that, it goes against their ego or, that I consciousness, which says that, why should I submit or admit that, I have been wrong in judging this person. But कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है मेरे लिए. मैं उनके लिए उनको क्षमा किया, मैंने उनको क्षमा किया, मैंने उनके लिए दुआ की. मैं ये दो चीज में मानता हूं that anybody and anyone who is there in your life, you have to forgive them and you have to pray for them. Anybody and everybody, you pray for them, consciously close your eyes and pray for them, bless them, bless them, bless them. They will all start working in your favors. I have come across people who were supposed to be hardcore criminals in my life. And I was warned, don't, be far away from them. Don't deal with them. Don't do business with them. Don't buy property for them. I said, okay, I will deal it in my way. I went ahead, I dealt with them, I prayed for them, I blessed them, and they came and they hugged me and they treated me better than anyone else. And they actually did me favors. They sold property which was much underpriced, overpriced. They underpriced it for me. They helped me. They went out of the way to help me. They treated me as a brother, elder brother, a younger brother, whichever way. But we became so strong. People can't believe that this guy can ever make friends with another person. वो तो खड़ूस आदमी है. वो खड़ूस आदमी इतना नरम कैसे हो गया? ये forgiveness और दुआ का नतीजा है और positivity रखने का. Everybody is good, guys. How good are you? If you are good, people will be good with you. Try to be good consciously. and दिल से करो. जो भी करो दिल से करो. नजीम भाई, जरूर आपको बेनिफिट मिलेगा. ये मेरी गारंटी है और मैं आपके साथ हूँ. In case if you need help, I am there always with you to support you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was an awesome session. I would appreciate and learned a lot in your session. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have two questions, sir.
Yes, sir. Paul, sir.
One is how to handle irritating people. If you are really with love also, sir, I want to do that one, this one. Once you open the mouth, all the motivation gone and we will feel very guilty. Why this kind of person we need to handle? Number one, that question. Second one is it possible to remain happiest mood whenever the situation, whoever fighting, is it possible for a person who can be in calm stage always? Over to you, sir.
First question, that people who are irritable, most of the times these people are your own spouse, who can be very irritable towards you, for you. But that was a joke. But Serious joke, huh? But
Sir, true also, sir. True also, sir.
I know where you're coming from, Paul, sir. मैं सब कुछ बहुत कुछ सेंस कर लेता हूँ अंदर से. So anyway, leaving the jokes apart, if you consciously forgive them and bless them and pray for them daily for 21 days for a start, you will find the irritability factor going away. 100% guarantee. Try it and you see. 21 days आप चालू करो, rewire your brain. ये rewire your brain में आपका end of this, your relationships will be healed. Totally, that irritability factor would have gone 100%. Pakka. 100% guarantee it will go. You be firm, but what you are doing, you have to be firm. You have to do that from your heart. Bless, forgive, pray, love unconditionally, and do good to that person. Do good to that person. Don't think what they have done. You do good from your side. Because of somebody being bad or not nice, you don't have to become bad. No. You, because of your goodness, they should become good. You have more power. You have godly power in you if you are a good person. And also one other thing out of this context and topic is, first, try to remove the speck from your own eye. See where you are going wrong. When you do that, no, most of the time the answers are very clear. We always try to put the finger, but we do not look at ourselves that where we have gone wrong. That is also very important. Correct yourself. Do not give correction to other people, especially your spouse. Is one of the key things for maintaining good, harmonious marital relationships or other relationships. Don't correct people, correct yourself first, everything will be okay. The second question, is it possible to be calm, peaceful, happy all the time? Yes, it is. It is. But there will be moments of ups and downs, emotions, thoughts sometimes will come. You have to fight them, and you learn to fight them once you go through this process of rewiring of your subconscious mind and your rewiring of your brain. You will get the strength and the grace to do more slowly. You will. It will not a one-day switch, but it will happen over a period of time that you will become calm, peaceful. There will be moments of irritability at times, but you will be able to overcome them in minutes. Like I said, there is an emotion we all do feel angry at times, but do not let it become sin. Do not do harm to other people or to creation at all. That is where you have to be very careful. Anger should not lead to sin. It should not lead to a wrong, this thing. Is that okay? Answered your question, sir?
Sir, very good, sir. That's why whenever the problem comes, I am very quiet, sir. The boss used to scold me. I will be around, say peacefully. I will listen to him. I say sorry, sir. I will say. Then he will become angry again.
Next time, what the lesson I learned from Karthik sir is, next time you give them a beautiful, nice, sweet little smile.
Sir, then he will become more angry, sir.
He won't become angry. He will then ask you, where did you go in the last 21 days? You start suddenly feel happy. You tell them you went to rewire your brain and everything started becoming good. That is why I'm smiling. And he will start smiling at you and he will give you out of turn promotions and bonuses. Don't worry.
Sir, as you mentioned, sir, 21 days for spouse or anybody, what we have to write down? I just forgive with name or
yeah, you forgive with your name, write whatever declaration you want, with the name, I forgive so and so unconditionally, I love unconditionally, I pray unconditionally, I bless unconditionally, and write it 21 times. Say it 21 times loudly, say it in your mind, say it, keep it, record it, and keep listening to it. Depending on the circumstances where you are sometimes able to write, not able to write, but these slowly will culminate after 21 days into daily rituals for a few, for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes every day. And these rituals should continue because they will be greatly habit forming and they'll become a part of your system. And then you will be, the transformation will happen. See, negative forces pull us back always. But we need, once we have overcome them and we are positive, we are set free, then we will be able to overcome everything. It is not something that you are doing. It is that gradual transformation that takes place in you, and you are receiving that grace because of the rewiring of your brain and the reprogramming of your subconscious mind.
Sir, how to deal with this? Like some people being irresponsible. I mean, not doing their duty or something like that. How to deal with them? They don't.
See, basically, if you're talking of your subordinates or your employees who are not doing their duty properly, there are steps to do it. As a good leader, you need to first understand what they are going through. Do not castigate them. Do not tick them off in public. Talk to them personally. Take them aside. Talk to them lovingly, kindly. And once you talk to them lovingly, kindly, ask them what is the problem, what is the background, why they are behaving like that. Slowly, they'll open up to you. If you are having a positive energy equation with them, you are sending positive energy towards them, they will automatically come back to you with their issues, their problems, and you will find that they could sometimes turn out to be the best subordinates or best team members or best employees in your life. So people do make mistakes, but there are sometimes backgrounds, what is going on in their life, nobody knows. So as a good leader, you have to be compassionate, you have to be empathetic towards people, you have to be kind towards people rather than, but of course, sometimes it does happen that certain people are really hell-bent, and then in the larger picture, it becomes a problem for the organization, or you can't do this with family, but with the organization, yeah, sometimes one has to take a call, a joint call, a team call, a corporate call to sometimes, ask people to, part ways with them, disassociate with them, detach from them. But everything has to be done lovingly. Don't do it with hatred. Do it lovingly. Then it maybe, because it's a time that person has to move on to something better in life. We always blessing people and loving and caring for people. Sometimes you may have to associate. Nature, God, Creator will show you the way to do it gracefully. Keep love in your heart. See, not all people are beneficial to you. You need to detach and disassociate from people, but that will happen automatically if you keep a positive attitude. The detachment will happen. Everything, even the detachment or disassociation from certain negative people, has to happen with love in your heart. You should not have hatred. If you keep love in your heart, caring in your heart, blessing in your heart, it will happen gradually, and it will happen smoothly, without any drama, without any negativity. It will happen gradually. Mere zindagi mein many people have come who've just gone away, because I always pray in the morning. My declaration is, only good things are coming to me, only great and glorious people are coming in my life. So wrong people don't come in my life. Wrong people don't come. आता भी है तो दूर से चला जाता है. वो आता है, थोड़ा पास में आता है, मैं बोलता हूँ अरे क्या हो रहा है, कौन है ये, कौन है, कैसा है, नहीं ठीक है, नहीं लग रहा है, वो अपने आप चला जाता है. Because my declaration to the universe is, only great glorious people are coming, best people are coming in my life. All people are working in my favor. All creation is working in my favor. I love everybody. Everybody loves me. I bless everybody. Everybody blesses me. I am in favor of everyone. Everybody is working in my favor. All creation, every created thing is working in my favor. So everything starts coming very positively. Negative things automatically go away. God will take away certain people from your life automatically. You don't have to run after them, kick them, kill them, tell them to get lost. No, they will go. They will go. If they are not right for you, they will go. 100%
they are not wrong, or I would say they are good people, but unfortunately they are not being responsible. That is the only. I never say they definitely, I know that they are good, but unfortunately responsibility, they don't take responsibility. They skip the responsibility and take it for granted. So those kind of things. Yeah.
Everybody in life, some people are like that. You will always come across people like that. Be tolerant a little bit, to the extent that you can be tolerant, and beyond a certain point, then things will work out where you can.
At least for our peace, I have to be tolerant, I guess.
You have to be peaceful. Whatever be your irritability or anger factor, don't do the wrong thing yourself. That is
no.
Yeah. Sir, according to you, what is love, sir? Can you give some definition? I don't know. I want to love. Love means what? Some inner feeling or something. Can you explain me?
So love is basically being, patient, kind, gentle, empathetic, doing things to help people, caring, sharing, merciful, forgiving. That is love. How God is towards you, the creation is towards you, despite all your problems. The creation loves you, the Creator loves you, takes care of you, gives you food, clothing and shelter, good health, everything. Same way you are in the image and likeness of God, and what God has given to you, you become another God, because God dwells in you. So try to be loving, caring, forgiving to people. That is true love. And love is an emotion, is a sense. You will see the tangible effects of it in your life when you are meeting people and caring for them. you will understand it's an emotion, it's a sense that you will, it's not a property like this book that this is love. Love is not that. Love you will understand yourself when you really start loving somebody. Thank you.
Sir,
Thank you.
I have two questions. Sirisha here.
Yes, Shirish.
Yeah, like when you're talking about relationship, I wanted to know which one is important, relationship with ourselves or relationship with others. And my another question is, I'm a human, so I make mistakes, I hurt people. So how to ask for forgiveness? I can't directly go to them and ask forgiveness. So like without going to them, how to connect with them and ask for forgiveness?
See, priority of relationships, if you ask me, and what I have experienced, benefit in priority of relationships is very clear. Love God first, love Creator first, love yourself, then comes your spouse, then comes your children, then come your parents, then comes your siblings, then comes your other people who are in your extended family. If this priority is maintained, which is the order of creation, then everything will be working correctly in your life. That is the order of creation. You have to love the Creator first, love yourself second. You have to love yourself. Unless you love yourself, you will not be able to love others. Then it has to be your spouse over your children and over anybody else, because that is the order of creation. We can discuss this further in a very big way if you can get in touch with me personally. The second thing what you asked is that how to ask for forgiveness when you do wrong. You can start with, again, it's a grace. You can start by actually apologizing between you and your Creator, and also apologizing to them. The best way is to go and apologize and make amends. That is the best way. But otherwise, I mean, if there are people who are in day-to-day like life, if it's your spouse or your children or your parents, तो उनको तो आपको confront करके apologize करना ही चाहिए, and ask again, I take a decision to repent and ask forgiveness and go and reconcile. Otherwise, there will be a strain in your relationship, whether it is with your spouse, parents, children, whatever. There will be a strain in the relationship, even if you feel you've done wrong and I'll not do it again, but the strain will remain unless you go and make amends. See, reconciliation is very, very important in any repentance. Repentance and reconciliation go hand in hand. You cannot have repentance alone without reconciliation. That is very superficial. You have to make amends. You have to go and, what Sanjay Dutt did, जादू की जप्फी. जब जादू की जप्फी देने चले जाओगे ना, everything will become okay. You make amends. Initially, because it's your own ego which is stopping you. Understand that it is your own ego which is stopping you from taking that step of asking for apologizing and asking for forgiveness and again making friends with that person. But एक बार दो बार करोगे तो आदत हो जाएगी. You will get habituated to that and you will find fun in that. When the relationship become beautiful, you will find that, oh, it's worth doing it here. See, earlier, I'll tell you, in my life, I and my wife, we were fighting. We never would ask for forgiveness. Today, a stage has come, we are fighting as to who will ask forgiveness first. We also have our own tips and our own arguments and our own, flare-ups. But at the end of the day, it is, अरे मैं पहले sorry बोला, मैंने पहले sorry बोला, मैं sorry बोलूँगी, I'm sorry. We are fighting who's going to say sorry first. So life will change. Life will become beautiful. It will become a bed of roses. Don't worry. Sirisha, does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Guys, anything else, or we will close session? It's almost 8:40. Past 8:40 rather. If you want, you can connect with me also personally. If you have something which you want to discuss personally, my number is there on the group. My number is here on the chat box. You can talk to me if you want. I can definitely support you in any way.
Captain, I would like to say something. I'm Vidya Sri. The homework what you gave regarding writing our commitment to the country is really something fantastic. I would really appreciate that, because this is something I have never done in my life. And I'm going to inspire many people to do this. This is a wonderful thought you have given us. Really, thank you.
God bless
I'm really
you.
excited about it. I actually immediately made my Canva design. It is really beautiful. I'm so satisfied this morning. I feel today's Independence Day is really worth than other Independence Day where I have lived. This is really fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Preeti ji, that affirmation, I will put it into the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Thank you, Captain sir. Thank you for your advice.
Thank you, everybody. And if all okay with you, then I'll close session. I also need to rush to church. Today is Sunday. I'll also go. And take care. Thank you, everybody. God bless you guys. And be assured of my blessings and prayers always for you. Take care. Have a great, great Independence Day. Great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.